good day, everybody.
Right.
Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my friend and brother up in the Panhandle of Florida, Greg Smith. And today we are joined by a very special guest, sometimes referred to as Mr. Card of the Week, Wayne Chan. Wayne, how are you today?
Hey guys. Yeah,
All
How
right.
you
doing
doing
you?
today, Wayne?
Yeah, pretty good. Yep.
Good,
Living
man.
the dream. Yep.
I'm super excited to have you here. I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear what we
I'm
talk about. It's gonna be
stoked. Wayne.
Not sure I can fulfill that excitement, but I will try. Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
will.
cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with our usual cards of the week segment. I'll just go first real quick, and then we'll bounce to Wayne, and then over to Greg. So I'm going to do my cards of the week really quick, and they're pretty much Star Wars themed. I got this on eBay. I like that. It's a refractor, Darth Vader, and list here, propaganda. I like that. It's kind of got that World War II propaganda look to it. I got this in a sale from Eileen Bressler. Really off base. Greg's gonna be like, say what? Undertaker looks pretty cool. It's a chrome Undertaker. Undertaker's a badass. I dig the Undertaker. He's a character. And then today, out in the wilds, we were out scoring some Star Wars. We got a Dark Lord of the Sith, got a nice R2D2, got another Lord Vader.
Nice.
I love this.
That's
You
cool.
look at that. Princess Leia, resplendent, as I like to say, resplendent. And then the last one,
Nice.
I did get a bunch of these, and Greg is gonna be a proud owner of one now. But I got the goldenrod. This is the corrected, not the golden, the error card, but the corrected one's pretty rare too. All my years of collecting and being a Star Wars fanatic, I have never found a corrected or the goldenrod card in the wild. So today is pretty monumental day. Got a lot of Star Wars cards. So those are my cards of the week.
Man, Wayne, you have any comments on those? I'll let you go, man.
Well, I mean, I think the Star Wars stuff is a little like kind of a little under the radar stuff, but I personally I do have a couple of the Star Wars stuff, and yeah, it's those are really beautiful car.
Right
Yeah,
on.
those are very cool. Mark, I know you're
Yeah.
over the moon. You and I talked a little bit about those Star Wars cards.
Yeah.
I bid on the one that you have on auction, actually.
Thank you.
So
That's
maybe
good.
the proud
I
owner of
see.
two. We'll see.
Nice.
Excellent.
But
All
yeah,
right.
so hopefully that got that off and running. I know you're over the moon. That propaganda card that you showed,
Yeah.
is really cool, and I like you put the W's on it on that one
Yeah,
picture. That
put
was
her back
cool.
up here real quick for people to see. It says the refractor, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
says like rainbow stuff. But that's really neat, man. I had to have that.
Yeah.
Now, Wayne, and we'll get into your cards of the week if you have any, or we just get into your story here in just a second.
Sure. Well,
Let me
technically
let me
not.
ask you. Let me ask you a
Yep.
question though. Star Wars
Yep.
over in Taiwan,
Yep.
is that a big thing over in Asia at all, or not really?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Star Wars kind of it is it's a global thing. Especially after when like globally, there's a lot of Star Wars fans in Taiwan. Actually, in fact, I want to show this. So I showed Mark earlier. So they do make so in Japan back in 1977. They do make the Star Wars set based on they're using the same picture as the one that released in the American, but they just make a poster size of the car. So I can show you. So they had got this is the
Oh
whole
wow.
set in
amazing.
seal of a complete whole set 120 car complete set in seal. And yeah, it's kind of similar to stuff like I think some people see me selling the
Gimme.
the Bruce Lee stuff and the other stuff. It's kind of similar stuff. They do make those, and I haven't come across a lot of those set, but I know about what my contact in Japan told me. Yeah, those set is really popular set. Like a lot of like vintage collector in Japan, they do like looking for the like Star Wars stuff and and the movie stuff as well. Yeah,
That's
and
very
they do
cool.
have
And
yeah. And they do have like in here we have like a Comic-Con for like a lot of Star Wars cosplay. They are really huge in Asia as well. So yeah.
okay. That's always something I've wondered. And Mark, I don't know. I imagine you're over the moon seeing that, Mark. Good Lord.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's yeah, it's that's why I like Star Wars because it's kind of transcends, a lot of different genres of film entertainment. And now you have a lot of like the anime type of things that the newer cartoon programs are coming out. So it's it crosses a lot of my kids are into like the Bad Batch and the Attack of the Clones, the cartoons and stuff. And
Yeah.
so it's like transcends generations where I started with the movie and now I'm into like the different series and that. So but the younger kids getting into it, so they've done a good job keeping it relevant.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Whereas a lot of like people say, "Hey, you crusty old man," like in your Hank Aaron cards, but then when I come in and I drop down, some Mandalorian cards on the desk, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, Mr. Ford's all right. He's pretty cool,"
Yeah.
So it transcends generations. Where
Yeah.
I show them a Jackie Robinson, and they're like, "Bro, who's that?" And then I go, "Oh my God, you know who Jackie Robinson is?" But then,
Yeah.
like I say, you drop down to Grogu, and they're like, "Oh," so it helps you connect.
Well, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? To try
Yeah.
to.
So what do you
Yeah.
got for cards of the week? You said you had a few, Wayne.
Yeah. So the thing is, not really a card of the week, but I just got
Okay.
this recently, and I'm definitely going to put this in my collection. So this is the guys that show I just want to make sure I pronounce it right. Shosengu. He's
Okay.
so back in like early 40s, 30, like when Taiwan was. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with the history of it. So
No, I am
when
pretty.
Taiwan was
Okay.
occupied or by the Japan by the Japanese, that's when the baseball kind of started. Is that they when the Japanese occupied Taiwan, because the treaty they signed it with the Qing dynasty, they occupied Taiwan and they kind of started the baseball the trend of the baseball. So and they have, I'm not sure you heard I see in Japan they are, I mean, other than that before the professional league, they are really into, and still now is the most popular is the high school tournament, the Koshien high school tournament. So after the Taiwan kind of start have a baseball, this is one of the first guy who actually make it to the tournament. So yeah, and then after that he joined the professional league, the Hiroshima Giant team, which the team that the Sadahoro was in, and
Yeah.
they call and he is really successful player. Let me see how they told so yeah, and they call him the machine gun because he's like hitting he's really good at hitting, like just hitting single and
Right.
yeah, and all that.
And
Yeah,
what was
so
his name?
that
What was his name again, Wayne?
Shosenko.
Shosenko. Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
so
him out.
yeah,
Shosenko.
he's technically the first couple of a Taiwanese player who actually make it to the professional league.
All right.
That's
So
great.
yeah,
That's great.
Fascinating.
and also the second one I want to show is, so also I'm big Ichiro fan, so I'm not sure how we're gonna show this. So this is a full like 9-piece puzzle set for his full swing, like from the start to finish. And the neat thing about the set is, so on the back you can see if you
Hold
put
them up
like
just a little
old,
bit, Wayne. Hold them up just
okay,
a little bit higher. There you go.
yeah, so if you put like old nine card together, you will see like a big Ichiro portraits on the back of the card. So
And those are issued in Japan, or are those?
yeah,
Are those
those are issued in Japan. Yeah, those are issued in
Wow.
Japan. You can see on the top, and I'm sure you can see it. It's a nine card
Oh,
puzzle
yeah, right there.
on the
Yeah.
top.
9-piece
Yeah,
puzzle. Mhm.
yeah. So those are the stuff like like it's kind of neat stuff. But I mean, it's really the inexpensive stuff and just neat stuff. I do like to put in my collection. So
Well, and
Excellent.
you're able to get a lot of stuff from Asia that probably a
yeah,
lot of people don't really know about. You still have connections over there, you said?
yeah. Because well, I was briefly sent to Japan back on 2013
Okay.
for my previous company. So that's when I made my Japanese contact. Is she's like a kind of like an integrity dealer. Like, so she encountered a lot of like the old vintage stuff, and the car really wasn't her thing, and it just kind of benefit both me and her like which she can just go ahead to just upload the stuff to me, and I can have the way to get the stuff on to the stateside. So
Right,
yeah.
right. Well, I'll go through my cards of the week, and then I don't know about you, Mark, but I want to hear more of how you got into cards and things like that. You know, we don't
Okay.
have to dive super deep, but I'd like to hear your story.
Sure.
And you know, so let me just show you mine. I've got a few, nothing
Okay.
really major. I've really been kind of on a vintage basketball kick lately, and I got a couple that I really liked. I got a 1971 Calvin Murphy. That's a cool one. It's a second
Nice.
year card of Calvin Murphy, so that's a good one. Just got that in today. I didn't have that one before. And then this one here is cool. And I just think it's any card I can get my hands on where it's Al Sindor instead of Kareem, I think is always cool. So that's a 1971 playoff card of Lou Alcindor. So like that one. And those are both going in the PC. And then got this one. It's a 81 OPG George Brett. And I just looked at it and it says Vedette de la for AL All-Star. I guess that means AL All-Star in French. And I just think that the OPG cards, we've talked about this ad nauseum, Mark, but I love them. This one's super beat up, but it's super mine, and I'm super happy about it. So, you know. And then the last one I have, my latest Yastrzemski is a SGC 8. And I had some internal debate on whether or not I wanted to get this one, but overwhelmingly the group told me I should probably go ahead and get it. It's technically his last Topps card, regular card. 1984. It's got Johnny Bench and Gaylord Perry on it too. And it was like $15. So I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. It's an 8 for $15. I'll take that anytime. So those are my cards of the week. You know, I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on any of those, but I'm interested to hear about Wayne. So if anybody has anything to say about mine, have at it. And then Wayne, this is your show, man.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I love OPG. I like your SGC, your commitment to Yastrzemski, and that's awesome. But I want to hear about Wayne and his how he got into cards and sports and all that. So Wayne, just tell us a little bit about how you got into collecting.
Okay, well, first of all, so I know you guys before that. I know you guys like to open like the old pack on the show. So I do have I recently just got like a bunch of these like the 84 OPG stuff. If you guys want to open like at the end,
you got an 84 OPG pack.
You gonna rip that on the show?
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Card of the Week.
Yeah,
Mr. Card of the Week.
Right there. I just recovered from flu, so probably.
All right,
I'm probably not gonna eat a gum. Yeah, not doing the gum. Well, I mean, I have another pack. I can ship it to you, Greg. You know, if you want it.
He's a champ. I thought you were gonna do the gum, but if you want to open
it, yeah. Okay. All right.
You said you had another pack of those.
Yeah. I got like a 10 pack of those. So
how much you want for one of them?
I'll probably just whatever I got it for. I'll just divide it. Like I said, I got 10 of it. I just whatever I got it for, I just divide by 10 and give you as the price I bought it in. So
look at us doing business.
Let us know. Shoot us a message. Look at we're like rabid dogs over here. OPG gum. 84. Greg, 1984.
And Greg, if you want to eat a gum on next show, feel free to do so. I guess
I'm taking him on. He's got the record.
That's a challenge right there.
30
Let's see what you got in that pack. I'm curious. That's got some good cards in it.
Yeah, you want to do it now or do it after? Like it's up to you guys.
Let it rip.
All right, now rip it now.
Live, baby.
All right.
This is great. Mr. Card of the Week, Wayne Chan.
Yeah, so
there you go.
1984 OPG.
So you can see the gun on the back.
I hope there's a Mattingly in there.
I think they use some kind of bonus card for putting the gun on it, so they don't like stick on the actual card.
Oh wow!
So
look at that.
Yeah.
How brilliant.
French ingenuity.
God bless Canada.
So, all right.
There we go.
Oh, that's the first card. You gotta tell me the card because I couldn't see it on my end.
Yeah, hold it up just a little bit. There you
Perfect.
A little bit.
All
right.
Matt Keogh, decent pitcher for the A's for a while.
Yeah.
Hammaker got hammered in the 83 All-Star game.
Yep.
Pascual.
Pascual Perez. Who's that?
Son?
You got to talk. Wayne's got to talk.
Okay.
Go to-
Well, I couldn't see it, so
Okay,
like
all right.
you guys have to tell me the car. I
Gary
guess.
Ward,
Gary Ward. Yeah.
Oscar Gamble.
Oh.
Oh,
All right.
Oh,
there's a
it's a
good
big
one.
car.
Yeah, that Wayne.
Ah, way back. Yeah.
that's the second year Wade
Nice.
Boggs. That's a
Yeah.
$34 card right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one, a little off center, but
Ah,
Man,
the Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
Yeah,
nice.
it's a little off center. Actually,
with the
I think it's a
Expos
miss.
though.
I think it's a missed car. If you see on the edges, it's cutting into like the other player's car. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's you know one thing about the OPGs as well, Wayne,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
that there's rumors they cut them with like string instead of an actual blade.
Ah, I
That's
see.
why they're all
Okay,
jagged.
that
Yeah,
makes
so-
sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's a good pack actually. Pete Rose
Yeah.
and a Wade Boggs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too
Bravo,
bad.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear your story,
Okay.
Wayne. How old are you, by the way?
Well, I am. Let me see. This 24, 33. Just
33?
just just 33 on this January. So
Well, happy late birthday. So you're
Yeah.
33,
Yep.
and just let us, as much as you can recall or want to share, let us know your story about your collecting.
Okay, so like I said, okay, so I mean I already said 33. So if you do a math, I'm born in 1991. So like I said, baseball is really big in Taiwan, and like we have a lot, like I said earlier, like we have a lot of influence by like the from Japan. So obviously, like a lot of like early game we watch is like it will be from the Nippon Professional Baseball League, the Japanese league, professional league. So when I first started watching baseball, I was really like the guy that Hiniko Nomo. And actually, like it's kind of pretty funny because I mean you guys know he's like a kind of funky delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
like it's kind of funny, like he is so good and so like we all see like a lot of kids like us. When we play baseball, we kind of see him as like our idol growing up, and a lot of us like just kind of try to even his delivery is kind of pretty funny. Just I'm just thinking about it right now. Like, yeah, but his delivery is really hard to duplicate it, and then they just see like a bunch of kids on the field just try to do the same thing, and the ball just go everywhere. Like it's like so. Yeah, so after that, because my dad also have like the kind of he have like his business partner. Well, he's passed. The partner is passed away last year, but he's a big also the good friend named Bob who live in Arizona. So he recently passed away. But before that, so my dad know him like back before even I born. So they become like a pretty good friend and about to time to time visit Taiwan. So I know him from when I was very little. And since he know and also Bob to shop in Japan, his wife is Japanese, so he know that I like the Hinako Nomo. So he give me the first, like this is literally my first card, my first baseball cards, the 1990s Hinako Nomo's. It's kind of playing card, but technically you can say his rookie card. So yeah, but it's like kind of like the playing card. So you can see on the back, it show you like what's the rule for playing the card.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
That's
Bob
amazing.
give me
Holy
this.
cow.
Yeah, so Bob give me this card, and it's kind of amazed. Like I got this, I think when that's 1990. I believe is when I was 8. So it's kind of amazing that I was able to keep this card in this kind of good condition for all this
Right.
time. Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah.
about as
So
good as it
yes.
gets.
Yeah, so this is my first experience with like come with the for the baseball card stuff. And after that, we do have our own like professional league in Taiwan, and I do like collect I mean it's a kid. There's not much money you can spend on the car, so I do have a couple other car, but I think I left in Taiwan. I didn't bring it with me, so yeah.
Were you able to get cards in Taiwan of say like the tops or where?
Well, you mean like a right now, like the kind of
like a
modern
regular
car,
yeah.
they do have a people like the business that they have like a partnership, they they get a partnership, or
Mhm.
like it was a distributor in with a top, and they do able to get the product, but just very limited, I think. At least from what I know right now, because I do have a couple like people who buy car from me from Taiwan, so I know I know a little bit of a situation. So how I get into the vintage. So the next part is how I get to vintage. So like three, I think it's 2 or 3 years after that, the Bob visit Taiwan again, and and that's after the Hinenomo was signing with Dodgers. So like obviously like a lot of kids become like a Dodger fan just because of that. So
Yeah.
Right.
he know I'm a Dodger fan, and he not sure what car to bring it. So I was a little surprised as for the kid he brings something. Well, I mean, at the time we would not know like how valuable some of the car would be, right? So he bring me, this is my second car I got from Bob.
Good
This is
Lord.
the 56 Sandy Koufax. Like I said, like I cannot I have no explanation why he choose this car, and
You chose
why
wisely.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm not going to say I'm greedy, but I mean, it's a 55 will be happier, but
Now,
I'm
this
really
guy's
happy
name's
with the
Bob,
56.
right? This
Yeah,
guy's name's
Bob. Yeah,
Bob.
yeah.
So Greg's
Yeah,
Bob
Bob.
stole all his cards. Your Bob is like hooking you up, like giving you these great cards.
Yeah.
The
So
tale
this
of
is
two-
so this is the first time.
The
Yeah.
tale of two Bobs. I love it.
Yeah, so
Wayne
yeah,
is
so this
dropping
is
hammers.
yeah, so this is like at the time I don't even know who this is. Obviously, I was 11 and born in Taiwan, so like the history of baseball is still like, especially like 50, 60 stuff. Like I don't know, like, and my English is not even good at that, so
That's
I
pretty
have no
good,
idea
Wayne.
what car it is. But it's my 11th birthday present. So I say, okay, I will try to store it and then care for it. So so that's how I kind of start the vintage. And obviously, like after I moved to the American after I think that's after 3 years after when I was 14, and after I graduated from high school, and I stopped kind of starting my vintage car collection. It's just after that I was able to get some part-time job and working, and I was able to have money to buy a car, and for some reason the vintage car is kind of for my first stop when I start collecting. So yeah.
No, if I can ask, I see in a lot of your sales, and I have a few of his cards, but I always just found Sadahara O to be just a great ambassador and a gentleman of baseball. And I see you always had quite a few cards in your sales, and now is he one of your favorites, Sadahara O?
Yeah, well, he is. Well, I mean, I would say still Nomo still my first favorite, but my second favorite is Sadaho. Because obviously, I just give you a little background for Sadaho. So Sadaho actually he is not Japanese. His father is Japanese, but his wife is actually Taiwanese, and he say a couple times he see himself as more of a Taiwanese than Japanese.
Excellent.
So obviously, yeah. So he like it's more of a little of a sad story on his side. So even though he was like really good player back then, like 50 and 60, like he pretty much crashed the league, but still a lot of Japanese don't see him as one of their own. Because they are more they are like nationalized a little more like they are very
Nationalism,
part of
right?
nationalists, nationalism.
Exactly.
So obviously, but I think over time they start accepting Shadaho because I mean, just the way he deal with the thing and how he treat people, I think they start earning his respect. So like so obviously like a lot of people see like at least in Taiwan we do a lot of people do proud as Sadaharo as our national hero as well. So yeah.
That's all I wanted to ask about him. So
yeah.
I got a couple questions for you, Wayne. Nomo was really the first big Japanese player in America, wasn't he?
Yeah,
The
he
first
is.
big one.
Yeah.
They had a couple. There's a guy on the Giants in the '60s, but he didn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, Yamamoto.
Yeah. He's got a 65 card, but I remember Nomo when he came up was crazy. And now I get my question, I guess, though, because everybody knows about Nomo and Sadahara O. I did not know that about him because I've always thought he was like the Babe Ruth of Japan's baseball. So I didn't realize he was Taiwanese, and that's very cool.
Yeah.
My other
actually,
question.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Thanks,
actually,
bud.
another fun story. My dad keep like ever since my dad know I'm collecting Sadaharo's car, he's keep showing kind of show off his story. So back on the 90s, the one of a city in Taiwan decided to where his mother is born in the south side of Taiwan, actually decided to giving Sadaharo like as kind of like an honorary citizen key, like as a
Yeah.
hero. So my dad actually just traveled back from Taiwan, and he actually kind of coincidentally was in the same plane as Sadahara, and he actually met Sadahara while at the airport, and talking to him for like just a little bit. Because my dad is also a big baseball fan. He's not like into collecting, but he is a big baseball fan. So he played baseball as well. So he immediately like recognized Sadahara,
Yeah.
and he talked to Saho. So ever since that, he kind of stopped just bragging, say, "Oh, you have a Saho card," but I actually talked to Saho
That would be
itself.
like
So
meeting Michael Jordan in America. Good Lord.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, I think the Saho is really low profile. Like he never like my dad is just a couple seat behind him, and he know immediately after they motor plane he's a Sadahoro, but he never sees Sadahoro asking for any kind of special treatment. He's just like a normal guy, and he's not really like a tall or anything. He's even look at him, he's really like just a normal person, and like so he never mentioned he's a Sadahoro like until like nobody actually like now my dad said not a lot of people like notice him. That's how like low profile he wanted to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mark, you got any? I'm fascinated. You have any comments
Yeah.
here?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted to have Wayne on the show, just because a different perspective and a more global approach. And I know that, myself personally, I'm, a bit of a Sadahara O fan. Now I have a question for you, Wayne.
Yep.
Now, like in the Little League baseball, this my daughter Shasta, it's her favorite thing to do in the world because she's in film and television, and she,
I see.
works does a lot of the production work with the big events that you see on TV, the Olympics, the World Series, the Super Bowl, Little League World Series. She loves Little League World Series. And how did that program become so strong out of Taiwan? They've always performed well in the Little League World Series, and I just was always curious about that. Because I would think the economics, because here it's pay to play, who you know, who you pay. It's kind of
Yep.
corruption. Is it more like a purist form there where, if you're good and you're going to make it? If you could, elaborate.
I'll say like is the culture in Taiwan is somewhat similar in Japan, but like I say, like a lot of influence from Japan. So you can see a lot of similarity between that. But like in Taiwan, like when we like play on the like when was a little playing, like I would say is like in here is more like I don't know if I'm wrong correctly, like more of like literally is more like a fun and also like more of a, like a free like a free
will.
range kind of free will kind of approach. But in Taiwan is a little different. Like unless you play for fun, like there's a two different type of a team. Like the team actually play for fun, which is kind of more of like a similar approach in American, but like the team you see those are the good team. They are more of a their way to manage the team is more of a military style kind of
More
similar way. Like
disciplined and
they are more
structured.
disciplined,
Right.
and they do plot like one of my friends was in that kind of it was in that side, and they like they train for like 8 hours a day
Right.
and probably 5 days a week.
Kind of like
It's really a
it's almost
military
like they
like
go to baseball
yeah.
school, huh?
Yeah. So like and we do call like on Taiwan like there's for the school like we do call like this rough translation like a sport class. So like there's like a classroom, kind of like the college the how do you call it the
Like a
athlete
degree
student
program.
like athlete student type of thing like they put like all the high athlete in the college into like some kind of like the major so they can kind of get easy on the
It'd
school
be like
with that
IMG here, Greg.
yeah
IMG
Yeah,
Academy in
yeah. Kind
Bradenton.
of
It's like
Bradenton,
yeah
yeah.
they call it like so we call like the sport class like which they got all the like the kid who playing baseball or some other sport they just put in those kids into their special class, and
Right.
so the
So-
easier
so
for
they-
them to
Their
kind of
focus,
Yeah.
like you said, Wayne. I think this is what you're saying is that their focus
Yeah.
isn't necessarily education
yes,
as much
yeah,
as it is
yeah.
baseball.
Ironically, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna expand on Mark's question. Now I know back in the
Yeah.
70s and 80s, Taiwan
yeah,
used
Yeah.
to dominate the Little League
Yeah.
World Series. I mean, they
Yeah.
would just kick everybody's ass. Is that
Yeah.
still that way, or has it kind of balanced a little bit?
I think right now, I think probably because all the social media and stuff like that, I will say this, like the physical punishment, even back in my day in Taiwan when I was a kid, is really like a norm. Like so,
Yeah.
and it's been also in the baseball team, they do literally like punish kid for
Yeah.
just because coach don't like the way player do, or even what I heard, like even like they just have some like just air, they will get punished by like after the game. So yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
that's how extreme they go. So you see like there's the reason why explain why the kid is so good, because they just
He
get
want
like
to get his ass beat by the
training is
coach.
extreme. Yeah, training is extreme. So yeah.
3
So,
swats
yeah.
and a cot, right?
Yeah, but like I said, right now,
Right,
because
makes
of
an
social
error and he
media
runs.
and
What does he call it? Shortstop makes an error and he runs over, jumps the
yeah,
fence.
because they do adopt like the like a 60s like a Japanese coach's perspective. Like literally like on the 60, one of the coaches in the professional league say like if my practice don't let you puke on the end of the practice, it's not a practice. You're not practicing enough.
Oh my god!
So
That's
so you see
that's
how
baseball practice.
yeah, so you see how extreme the practice
Right.
can be. So
Can
that
you
kind of
imagine
explains
him?
why.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine them if they had a football team? Good Lord.
Oh yeah. I'll
Can you imagine here?
Yeah.
That coach would be gone, man.
Yeah. But right now
We're
I
so
think they
soft.
are. Yeah, I
I
think right
don't
now they are
disagree with
more.
it.
Yeah, but I think right now they are more try to get a like more of a hyper approach. Like they do want the player the kid to practice as hard as possible, but they try to not to get it too extreme. So I guess that because of social media and all that, like people start see those. I mean, technically those are child abuse, so they do
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
as they do. So they do kind of calm it down a little bit. So I think that's why I'll say that in my opinion, that do have a direct effect with the performance and all that. Because it basically, I mean, literally basically is like it's a literally, but it's basically they train as a professional. So
Yeah,
obviously the level going to be a little different. So yeah.
Understood. I
Yeah.
got another question for you about the Japanese professional league.
Yeah.
Now, I know like guys like I know Bob Horner went over there, a guy named Randy
Yeah.
Bass went over there.
Yeah, Randy Bass. Yeah, he is really famous. Yeah.
Tuffy Rhodes went over there.
Yeah.
A lot of different people went over there. Now,
Yeah.
I remember reading they were called Gaijin.
Yeah,
Is that-
Gaijin. Yeah, the form player in translation. Yeah.
Is it still they only allow 2
Uh,
on each team?
I kind of lost track, but I think they now allow 4, but you
Okay.
cannot have all 4 as a pitcher. You need to have like a mix with a pitcher and batter.
Gotcha.
So,
And
yeah.
when the Americans or whoever a foreigner comes over, do they, if they perform well, are they accepted? I mean, do the fans celebrate them a lot, or are they kind of?
I think
still...
right now, they do celebrate the player more than before. I mean, I think like ever since the the Bass, I think
Randy
they
Bass?
do Barry Bass. Yeah, he is really a big like a legend in the MVP league. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I've
Yeah.
always been curious about that, and
Yeah.
I'm having fun listening to
that
your
movie?
stories and
Yeah.
Remember that movie? Was that Mr. Baseball where he goes to Japan? What's the one where the guy? I forget where the player is. It Tom Selleck? He goes to
Mr. Baseball.
Yeah, Mr. Baseball. That's a great movie. I love it.
Yeah, that is cool. Well,
Yeah.
Wayne, I could listen to you talk about this stuff all day, man. I don't want to make it too long.
I see. Yeah.
So you sell a lot. You sell a lot. Do you get most of that? Do you go around to shows here in the U.S. or do you get most of that from Japan? Or
I got most. You mean like the Sadahoro car and most of my Japanese car?
No. Just stuff you sell now. I mean, do you go to shows a lot, or what do
It's
you
a little
do?
mix. I do have my own algorithm for. I would say that is not really a secret. So that I already tell a couple people already. So I do have my own algorithm I use for eBay stuff. Like I got my site all over the place. I do go to
Sure.
show and also I do have a local who like my friend know like the guy who want to sell like vintage stuff. Like I told Mark before the show, like the reason I do it on my living room right now is because my room's a little bit of a mess. Like I've been doing 2 week. I already been doing 2 week in a row for the show, and I just got into another huge collection. I'm sorting it right now, so it really is a little mess. So like, and so I got like all over the place. I do go to show to buy car, and I do like buying on eBay or just my own algorithm to kind of sniping
Sure.
the car. So and also I do like
Oh, yeah.
and most of my Japanese car I just got it from my contact in Japan. So yeah, so
That's
that's how I
cool.
kind of
That's
just
cool.
kind of all over the place. I don't have like overly rely on one source over another. It's more like equal opportunity, I guess.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, do you have any final
No,
questions
I
for Wayne?
just
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really happy Wayne came on with us.
Me too.
You know, it's great to put a face to all the
Yeah.
conversations we have. Again, Wayne's been a big part of like my support system, and you know, he's always there
Appreciate it.
for me.
Yeah.
And you know what I do in my life, and you know, he's one of the good guys, and I always try to let him know that. And now I get to see him kind of face to face here.
Yeah.
And Wayne, you're one of the good guys in the hobby. I know it's not always easy, but you are truly one of the best. You know, I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate the way that you
Yeah.
do your sales. You know, I've named you Mr. Card of the Week at various points in time
Appreciate
because,
it.
you
Yeah.
know, you and you know, I'll just be blunt, you know, PG-13. This is what I say in my room and school and in my world. Your give a shit factor is way up here. So that's all that matters to me. So you
Okay.
really care.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
That's it, man. And there's nothing more
Okay.
important than that. And that's what this hobby should be about. And that's what we're trying to be.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you,
Okay.
brother. You know, thank
Absolutely,
you so
man.
much for coming on. Thank you for
Okay.
giving me all those Star Wars cards a few weeks ago, and you know all the other little extras you stick in, and that's, you know, God bless you, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have a couple of things. If it's
Sure.
okay, I can this.
Yeah.
So another thing I kind of tried to want to add in. So Greg, you talked about like the back on 70s, 80s when the like Taiwanese thing literally like kick everybody's butt on the Little League, right? So
Yeah.
there is a scandal on that. So I just wanted like
Well, and I
so
kind of thought there
yeah,
was. I didn't want to really
yeah,
get into that a whole lot, but
yeah,
I mean, the Bronx had a scandal back in the early 2000s, so I
yeah.
think that happens in America too.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they want to win a lot, so they do kind of misreport some of like kids' age. So
yeah,
it did
yeah,
Well, they do
that
that
happened
here.
a lot in the 70s. Yes, yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah,
was the wild, wild 70s, you know, everything was
yeah,
on like paper and the internet
yeah,
wasn't, you know, you
yeah,
could fudge. Come on. I mean, my ID, you know, I drew a one and this, you know, I altered my, come on. It wasn't that hard to
yeah.
get into a
Okay,
bar.
sure.
So I
Okay,
understand. If you
I
ain't
got a
cheating,
Summer
you
Red
ain't
Sox
trying.
shirt.
yeah,
Right. If
I
you're,
remember though. I
I see.
remember thinking, Wayne, when I was a kid,
Yeah,
there was like a 6-foot Taiwanese pitcher.
a
In this,
mustache
yeah.
yeah.
and a beard.
I'm not
Oh
surprised
yeah.
I'm not surprised they over 18 or
You ever see
somewhere close there.
Benchwarmers? You ever see the movie?
I never saw it.
It's
No,
a
I did
really
not.
stupid movie,
Yeah.
but there's this dude that's playing like a little leaguer, and he's like 35-year-old like Dominican,
Uh-huh.
and he's out there drinking beer on the mound, and it's just
Oh, good
hilarious.
lord.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
So they're
Okay.
kind of poking fun at the overage kids, you know.
Yep, I see. Okay.
It's
All right. So
funny.
another thing I will talk about, I think I talked to you about the market. This is a completely different stuff.
Yeah.
About the car cleaning controversy. Not sure you guys heard about the controversy of the
Mhm.
like the new service, like no new kind of new business that booming
Right.
with a hobby,
Put it in
like
the water. This
yeah,
kind of
cleaning and yeah, and
Mhm.
uses some kind of
in
wax and
between the
stuff. So
boards and all that stuff.
yeah, so I was like I said, I actually go more like sit on more show and not, and I've been seeing more and more like the Azure like the boot they just set out for
Mhm.
just saying, oh, I can clean your car for you, and we can there's some kind of magical wax and stuff can kind of get the scratch stuff out of the car.
All
And
right.
I think the big controversy right now is the new kid in NBA, the pitcher Wembanyama,
Uh-huh.
Wimby.
the new Wemby. Yeah. So his 1-1 was being pulled, and I think the shop in California using the product, using the cleaning product, and then send it to PSA, and they got
Wow.
a PSA 10, and the guy was kind of I don't want to use a word, but he kind of stupid. He post on the YouTube video to just openly thanking the car cleaning business to
What a dummy.
and PSA. So it kind of started controversy. Like there's
Right.
like two different type of people. One is thinking, okay, this is the kind of norm, like it's okay to clean your car essentially, and the other type is they say it's a trimming the car. It's altering the car
Well,
itself. So
I,
I just curious what you guys take on this kind of
Sure.
this controversy.
you want to go first, Mark, or
Yeah, because I just ironically I just watched a video this week. The guy was cleaning cards on YouTube, and I thought it was pretty fascinating. So, from like a science project type of thing, there's some things that I do with cards on my PC, and Greg's marveled that I have a few secrets and things that I'll do to a card that's really these are cards that are just completely hammered. And so if it's for your PC or you just want to like do a science experiment, I really don't care. Also, too, I mean, if you take a card, I don't know, and you're taking the dirt and the grime and the gook off it, and it's still the card, and it's still in its original form, and you want to take the risk of making it look beautiful and pretty, then God bless you. I mean, I saw this guy, he had two cards, he had two Ryan Sandberg, and they happened to be O-Pee-Chee cards. And they were both had some flaws and things like that. And the one he did both of them, and the one card came out and it was markedly better, and the other one didn't really do anything. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of it is what it is. I guess if somebody sells it, I would want to maybe know it was cleaned if you sold it, but
Yeah.
to me, I don't know. I'm not so much a purist. I don't think it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that. We would, you would put it.
Wayne, you know anybody that can fix that?
Well, they weren't too far off from that.
I
They
don't
put
think
it in the
so.
water. But you know what I'm saying. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess I would maybe want to
Okay.
know. But I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
You're not really altering it. You're taking off a
Uh-huh.
foreign substance. You're taking out something
I
that
see.
wasn't there to begin with. So if you're
Yeah.
taking off gum, wax, I don't know. It's no different to me than cleaning something up that's an antique. So
I see.
I don't really. I guess maybe I would want to
Okay.
know. Maybe
Okay.
I didn't care. I don't know. I guess my
So
opinion.
as long as because I think like you said, the PC don't want to care. I mean, it's your PC, but
Right on.
I think I kind of agree with you. Like if just on the monetary perspective, because we do sell buy a car a lot, so I think I kind of agree with you. Like as long as the other side fully disclose it and give me as a consideration whether or not I want to buy it after knowing the fact, I think I'm okay with budgets. Yeah.
Well, my thoughts real quick on that, you guys. I mean, I know I'm limited on my knowledge of the comics industry, but I know that they store and grade comics all the time. So as far as alteration, I'm not a fan of, but cleaning and restoring potentially, I think there's a line there that maybe cards could get away with. I don't want my cards trimmed, but if I can take a fingernail and scratch off some of the dirt on a 63 top, I mean that happens. You get dirt buildup and you take your nail and you scratch it and it comes off. So what's the difference between cleaning a card and doing that?
I see.
I don't really see a difference. But trimming is a whole nother story, and we could talk for hours about that.
Yeah.
I don't see a big problem with cleaning a card. Now, when you talk about soaking and pressing out wrinkles and things like that, there's different levels to it. That's my opinion, but just wiping a card down and sending it to PSA or using some chemical.
I think they do try asking you some kind of pressing to, like you say, they fix the wrinkle and stuff like that. I think one of the videos.
I don't know that I agree with that.
One another video. I think I saw it twice or 3 times. Like it's some kind of like they didn't disclose what kind of fluid is, obviously because that's their business secret. But I think they literally put some kind of, I think it's the 69 Reggie Jackson have some like bunch of crease to it, and then they put into a fluid, and then it kind of ease out the crease on the car, that's kind of, I think I say both amazing and also shocking. Like that's kind of kind of a little on the gray area, I guess.
Right.
So that's what I
right.
was thinking. It's kind of fascinating to see what other people thinking about this type of like I guess it's a new business because like I was last 2 weeks ago, I was next to one of a company like that, and every 20 minutes I heard they talk about what's the company name? Curse Car Care. Like every 20 minutes
Yeah.
I heard they suggest to customers say, hey, you can use Curse Car Care to fix your car. Like it's kind of a little interesting in a way.
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like we're all in agreement. Cleaning a card, maybe not so bad. Material alteration or
Yeah.
changing the chemistry of the card, maybe not great. So if you're going to try to tell me that there aren't slabs upon slabs upon slabs that have trimmed or altered cards in them, you're completely
There's
misguided.
a lot. Yeah, there's
They're
a
all
lot.
over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
So a slab is not a guarantee that you don't have a
Yep.
doctored card either, which
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah,
but
because the
that's kinda
PSA
how-
say they condone the behavior, but if as long as you don't get caught, it's good. That's
Right.
kind of the way they put it. So
Well,
yeah.
PSA is funny because the first card they ever graded, they knew was trimmed, and they graded it
Yeah.
anyway. The Honus
Yep.
Wagner. So
Yep.
that's that. But
Yep.
that's my thoughts. Anyway,
Okay, cool.
Wayne,
All right.
it's been fantastic having you on here.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm so glad that you decided to do this, and
Yep.
I've loved hearing your stories about being in Asia and the baseball experience that you had, and it seemed I wish America still loved baseball as much as Asia does. Honestly, because I think
You if you guys can, you guys should go watch at least like go in person, go watch one or two like even like in Japan or in Taiwan, even Korea, like the atmosphere is completely different.
Yeah, I bet it is. Mark, you got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just again, thank you, Wayne. Really appreciate you taking the time out and working it out to be on the show with us. It was tremendous. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you too. All right.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.